Hey, it's me, Marianne. Thanks for coming to our February water cooler chat. We talked about how do I make a word cloud in Excel. It's clunky to do it by hand. So here we are looking at this contact reports that we showed in the class, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to do split text to columns. All right. So I'm going to go to data, text to columns, and I'm going to say it's a delimited text. Click next. Now be careful there's nothing to the right of your text because it's going to rewrite a lot. It's going to send, however many words is however many columns it's going to create, okay? And my delimiter is a space, not a tab. I don't have text qualifiers, but I can just leave that up. I don't care. And then I'm going to look, is everything general? Well, I'm going to say that, all of it is text, but I don't care. We don't need to worry about that. I'm going to say finish. Now this just went crazy, right? Now I have all these contact reports that go out as far as GU, right? Yours are probably going to be longer. This is the part where you spend time if you don't want to spend expertise, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to say column B, Control C, and I'm just going to copy the column because you have a lot more contact reports than I do. And I'm going to put in Word as my column title on a new worksheet. I'm sorry, I made a new worksheet, put Word on there. And I'm going to say paste values. Paste. Oh, did I save it? Oh, I did not save it. Okay. Let's see, column B, Control C. I'm having trouble hitting the right Control C because I get so excited. Okay. It's going to be annoying. So I can do, let's talk about a couple of things because you're going to have a lot more. I'm going to paste this here. So that's where I'm going for. But you're going to have a lot more to do than this, right? So I grab my right bar and I go to the bottom and I start at the bottom and I just crank it up, right? Or I click the bottom value and then I take my scroll bar and I scroll all the way to the top and then I hold my shift key down before I touch the top one, okay? Now notice I'm going to have to do this for every one of these. If you have a better way, tell me. I'm going to show you the simplest, clunkiest way possible. Okay. All right. And through the miracle of video, you can meet me back here in a minute when I'm done with this. Grab a coffee or start working on your own data. Okay. And here I can do Control End to get to the end of this so that I'm on the last value so I can click on the next word. Okay. Now, once I get to a place where you see how I've got 2 or 3 gaps here, it's tempting for me to I'm going to see if I can name these without, I'm just going to go ahead and name the rest of these as fields so I don't have nulls at the top of them. The reason I'm doing this, you see how I did that? I said field 1, field 2, so I set up the series, right? And then I said now copy it across, and it understood that it wanted to do, I don't care what they're called. So what I want to do now is I want to sort this by field 1 because I only want to copy and paste the stuff that isn't null. It's only to reduce the amount of time it takes for me to scroll down. I mean, I'm trying to save my, my clicking finger, right? So I'm going to select the whole sheet and I'm going to say sort and I'm going to say sort it on. And it's like, what's the matter with you? And you don't have any data labels. Well, I guess I do. I'm going to say, take me down to field 1. And it's up to you if you want to do this at the start, right? Sort it by field 1. And now I can go to field 1 and I'm copying and pasting fewer fewer rows, which of course is saving me time. Saving time, you can replace just about anything, money, your legs, whatever, but time is, in a single lifetime, time is not replaceable. Okay, I'm going back into this mesmerizing meditation called copy and paste, and I will see you when I'm done. Okay, so here I have 1,500 separate word entries, and I've just got the title word. Oh, what am I going to do with this? I'm going to do a formatting step because I want all the words to look the same when I pivot table them to make the word cloud. So that's my first step. I'm going to select column A that I've just created. By the way, I'm going to save the document right here because anything that happens, right? Anything at all that happens that makes this document goes away, I spend all that time back over again. And goodness knows, like it's like washing dishes twice. I don't want any part of it. So I'm going to select the column. I'm going to say sort, and I want you to sort it on the column. Your data does have header. Okay, and I've got a bunch of stuff here that doesn't make sense to me. This should actually be 30 space year. So let's do that. Earlier, because I was using a different product, I took out all the commas, I took out all the dashes, and I took out all the parentheses. Notice I didn't take out this colon here. But you see how we have A? We don't need A. The, right? Let's go. And, we don't need and. We don't want the word cloud to say there's a whole lot of ands in here. I mean, the only time that I would think about that is if and for some reason had a value. And that would be like, if I'm looking at, I'm going to get rid of at too. If I'm looking at joint mailing labels, but matters. If I'm looking at joint mailing labels, and matters. For may matter. We'll leave it in. Had, have, he, her, his, I, if, in. I don't think in matter. And this is all within context, right? You notice I'm making a lot of decisions for the word cloud. Me. How many times does me get mentioned in the, okay, of doesn't matter. Unless of, department of, right? Unless that matters, right? On, I don't think on matters. And think about what matters to you, like a and the, we can kick them right out. But our, me, her, she, her and she matters. That doesn't matter to me. It would matter if, he's pointed to that, right? And it's the context of your culture. I got rid of the thes. Okay, let's get rid of the twos. I don't want two to be the biggest part of my word cloud. The other thing is we're going to make the word cloud, and then you're going to go, oh yeah, throw that out. Oh yeah, throw that out. Was with. With matters because it's with someone. Okay. All right, you ready? So nothing here says $100,000. I'm going to take out these numbers as a matter of personal choice. Okay, so after we split everything into words, right, little words, let me open that up. Okay, after we split everything into words, what I want to do is I want to take those words and I want to make them into a pivot table, because when I do that, then I'm going to create my word cloud. Okay, so there's my table range. I'm going to go ahead and make a new worksheet. Okay, and I want the word, and then I just want a count of the word. So I'm going to put word again, so it'll count the words. I don't want to bother with trying to explain to it, right? And then I'm going to right click on this count of word, and I'm going to say, whoops, I'm going to right click on something. There we go. I'm looking for sort, largest to smallest. Okay. So here we have, let's go down to like 5, right? So let's go down to the top 20%. I don't want all these ones in here. They're not going to mean anything to me. Okay. And notice that we've lowercased all this. Okay, so when I did contact words, the way I can do this is I'm trying to remember which language I'm using. Just lower, and then I've got it, and I can scroll it down, and then this becomes the thing that I pivot. So let's just make sure that you've got that. Okay, so I'm going to do Control C. I've select all of these, Control C, and then I'm going to go to shandu.org, and the problem is we have to use a macro. I was working with Greg at Staupell on trying to figure out how to get out of using a macro, and the answer is you've got to use a macro because Excel isn't built to build word clouds. So download and play with a simple tag that he's created. And then I'm going to open it up. Okay. So I've downloaded his lots of times. I didn't have any trouble with the, I didn't have any trouble with it. Your IT people are not going to like this because it's macro enabled. So you're going to want to work with them, or you want to figure out how to use a different, be safe about it. But I haven't had any trouble, and I've been using I've been demonstrating this software for years, ever since he wrote it. Now, he saved it in a 2003 to 2007 Excel file, because that's how long ago he did this illustration. So the first thing I'm going to do is enable it. The second thing I'm going to do is, hey, you know what? This is a macro running. You can't be doing that. So I'm going to save this as. I'm going to save it on my desktop. Okay. Save it as contact reports. And you see where it says 2017, 2002, 97, 2003 workbook. I'm going to say this is a macro-enabled workbook. The minute I say this, this is where if I'm on my work computer, my IT staff will lose their minds. All right? I'm going to close it because it still thinks that it's got a problem. And then I'm going to go ahead and open it again. And it should be fine. Yep, I don't have any more error messages. Okay, and here's the... Now what I don't want product name, I want contact report word. Oh, beg your pardon, typo. And then I want count. Okay, and then I want to wipe all this out. And then I'm going to go back to my other Excel file. Where is it? Contact words. And I've already selected what I want. Notice I'm not taking row labels or anything with me. I'm going to do Control C and get back to the right place. And I'm going to right click and say paste the values. I don't want to fool with Excel workbooks talking to each other. I'm going to column C. I need column C to be a number. And let me take the decimals out of that. Okay. Okay. And the word one showed up 5 times. Of course, one had a comma in it. I was removing commas. All right. So now I'm going to say select all this. Oh, sorry. Let's do this. Top. We're going to change this. Top words and contact reports. I'm too excited, so I'm having trouble typing. Okay. Now I'm going to select just the contact report words. Whoops. I'm not taking stuff with me. Okay. All right. And this is the part where you have to be a programmer. All right. So click on macros, because there is one in here and it's called create cloud. All right. Run. Okay. There you go. Now notice that there's no colors in here. Now if you are a VBA person and you're not afraid of the Visual Basic, you can go down here into the macro, tag cloud macro. See if I remember how to do this. Create cloud, and you can change this color index to equal all this. If you want to follow along with me exactly, just remember that I am much less familiar with VBA than Greg was. Greg walked me through this. And now let's try it again. Okay, the macro. So I saved the macro. I don't know if you saw that I did that. And now I have a bunch of different colors. Excel picks, the number that I put in there was a color number on the color wheel in Excel. So you're going to say, Marion, how do I make them our school colors? And it's like, that's beyond me. So, but here you go. Gift is ugly. I could decide if I want this word. Let me make that a different, there we go. There, that feels better. I made this red, and actually it looked like it changed everything else to see the number after that, the numbers that follow. So there you go. There's your tag cloud in Excel. Now how this looks in a, in a PowerPoint, I don't know. Let's open up PowerPoint. I'm so excited. I'm like, let me see. Blank slide. Okay. And so there you go. Now you have a word cloud, but it looks like it's having trouble making the text any bigger. All right? What do you think? All right, put your comments in or send, email me at marianne@staupell.com or let me know what you think. This is a harder way to do a word cloud. Frankly, when I do word clouds, I do them in Tableau. I have not yet experimented with whether Power BI can do it. All right? All right, I'll see you at the next water cooler chat.